commitment at the time was to supply only food and water, not on the repairs.
Kindly clarify again, Attorney Medaldea. What you are saying right now is that there is no policy
on the repairs. No?
For the
it was
repairs.
only on the status on delivery of food and water at the. Diba?
Yes. Are we correct to say, Attorney, that there was never a policy?
There was no commitment on the repairs of the vessel, sir.
Yes, Honorable Rodriguez, Honorable Gutierrez. There's a statement coming from the former ES na ngayon po ay wala silang naging commitment or policy with respect to repairs.
To repairs. It was only on the food and supply of food and water. On the repairs, we never made, there was no commitment whatsoever.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So in follow-up to that po, no? There was no commitment, but we've only moved the only supply, the repair mission that was only conducted was in 2021.
Yeah, that's why they made the necessary repairs in 2021.
So, Mr. Chair, there was no just to clarify, there was no commitment not to repair, but they only repaired at 2021. So 2016 up to 2021, no attempts to repair the BRP Sierra Madre.
Because there was no need at that time. Probably in 2021 there was a need to repair it.
Can we request from the DND to add to interject anything about the
Mr. Chair,
so-called agreement?
May I, with the indulgence of the co-chair, if we could specifically ask the DND po, no, if it is not a issue of security concern to share here. At the time of the 2013 at the supposed commitment, and in 2016, was there no need to repair the BRP Sierra Madre? Based on my knowledge, it's a rusty bucket na po ever since.
Sir, can we request for an executive session to address that issue, sir?
Noted, Yusek Madriaga. Executive session. No, for an executive session.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chair. So I think we will wait for the executive session to verify. Of course, the former executive secretary will say that there's no commitment. But based on the history of the repair missions, 2016 to 2021, wala pong na-repair. Yes. But of course, we leave it to the records and we'll find out po later. No? And yes, again, we urge the DFA to really verify po yung 2013 commitment. Ready na po ba?
Mr. Chair, Your Honor, I'd like to clarify. At that time, the 2013 meeting, the 2013 statement that's being discussed was a statement allegedly made by Secretary Gasmin of the Department of National Defense. The DFA cannot make any determination on this one, sir. I would have to defer to my colleagues.
Mr. Chair, in that case, though, we'd like to ask the DFA to check if this is a binding commitment as far as the DFA is concerned. And with that, on the conjunction of that, we'd like to ask the DND to verify po if such a commitment was made. Para po we have on both sides, no? If that will be possible. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Gutierrez. Just to clarify, both chair would allow at a later hearing, a later date, for an executive session in order for us to be clarified with respect to the state ng BRP Sierra Madre at the given time na pinag-usapan po natin. And all other concerns that you may want to inform yung members of this joint committee. Is that correct, Yusek Madriaga?
Yes, sir. We will provide the necessary information to this committee in an executive session, sir.
Yes. Thank you po. We'll now proceed with Honorable Kaimer Olasco. You may proceed, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chair, I would like to ask a question directly to our former Executive Secretary, Attorney Salvador Medaldea, sir. I would like to ask, in your own opinion, what do you mean by gentleman's agreement?
Agreement, it's just an agreement verbally between two layman's term, no? Two persons saying that we agree to this, no? Without any formalities of any contract. Yun lang po.
Thank you. Okay,
Shake
thank you, Mr. Chair. I would like to ask him back pertaining to the state visit of our former president Rodrigo Roa Duterte to China. I think it's a 5 consecutive times state visits, am I right? 5 times he went to China.
No.
How many times?
One state visit, I
One
think.
state visit.
Yes.
And how many times did he meet the former president? How many times did he meet the president of China, President Xi Jinping?
I really cannot recall the number of times they met because probably it was just side meetings between the two because those were meetings of the ASEAN, APEC, or
Okay, to be considered ASEAN APEC, how many times they were able to meet during that time? 2, 3 times, most likely?
I cannot recall. No.
You cannot recall?
I cannot recall.
Okay, but you recall that they met sometime also before when you do a state visit in China. They met there, right? During state visit.
What particular visit, sir?
During his first state visit in China.
2000. They never met before that.
They never met, hindi sila nagkita, but we saw on Facebook and televisions na nag-shaken sila sa China.
That was probably during their meeting in October of 2016, the first time they met.
That's the thing I wanna know. Then that's the thing I wanna ask you, Mr. Chair. Okay, during the set meeting, I would like to know what are the languages spoken during the set state visit meeting?
I cannot answer that, sir, because I was not present in that meeting, sir.
So who were there during the set meeting?
I do not know who were. I cannot recall, or I cannot. Can the DFA answer that because they have all the materials?
Yes, Mr. Chair. I would like to ask the DFA, what are the language spoken during the set meeting with the former president and the president of China, Xi Jinping?
Your Honor, Excellency. Normally, in meetings with the Chinese side, the languages spoken are English and Chinese.
English and Chinese.
Yes, sir.
But the president of China is speaking with our president in English.
Sir, I was not also present at that time. So what is normally the language used is that it's English and Chinese, and the conversation is conducted through an interpreter.
Yeah, that is why I'm asking that question. Because I would like to know kung nakakaintindi ba si President Rodrigo Duterte ng Chinese eh. Di ba? Baka mamaya hindi nakaintindihan yung Chinese na sinabihan niya na may gentleman's agreement Chinese yung salita eh. Tapos tayo Filipino and English. So we could not understand each other. Just want to make, just want to put things in the right direction. That's why I want to know. Maybe yun presidente rin natin is a Mandarin spoken president, di ba? Kaya gusto kong malaman po because this is part of the investigation that we want to know. Now, thank you, ma'am, for that answer. I would like to ask to know our former secretary, executive secretary. Yes, sir.
Mr. Chairman, I was present in these 2 state visits, obviously bilateral meeting between President Duterte and President Xi. There is an interpreter. So the exchange dialogue, English si President Duterte, ita-translate naman ng Chinese, and then the President Xi will speak in Chinese, ita-translate. So, but there was always the Philippine embassy official there or DFA that are taking notes. So I am sure that there are transcripts of those conversations at the DFA.
Okay, maybe we could ask Mr. Chair, the indulgence of DFA to produce that note, whatever language they've spoken there and whatever are the, whatever terms they have used during the set visit in China. Mr. Chair, just one more question to our former executive secretary. How would you consider Ayungin Shoal and Scarborough Shoal? That belongs to the Philippines or not, sir? As a lawyer? DN Scarborough.
Ayungin Shoals, we have sovereign rights over those shoals. Sovereign rights.
Only sovereign rights, sir.
Yes. As
Why?
far as
Why, Mr. Chair?
by virtue of the decision sa UNCLOS, sovereign rights lang ho tayo. So,
Okay. Thank you for that very good answer. At least we get the sovereign rights. Now, do you still remember, Mr. Chair? I think way back 2017 or early 17, there's one merchant marine vessel, crude oil tanker, passing by Ayungin Shoal. Well, Ayungin Shoal is, I think, no less than 200 nautical miles from the exclusive economic zone, diba, of our country. So there's one merchant vessel under the command of Captain Manolo Ebora. Nung dumaan dyan, pinagtatabuyan siya ng mga Chekwa, ng mga Inchik. So that time, that captain, that very set captain, is stand on the ground and said that with the sovereign rights, this is a part of the Philippines. So dadaan kami dito and we can safely pass here. Ang totoo lang po, during his passage on that shoal, makikita mo fishing boats ang nakatalata sa AIS. What is AIS? The Automatic Identification System on board vessel. Fishing boat ang nakalagay. But unfortunately, it is not a fishing boat. Yung it's a fishing boat, but they are referring to themselves as a Chinese Coast Guard during the set passage at pinagtatabuyan yung safety passage ng barko. So nakadaan na sila and that captain stand on the ground. I will not leave this area because this belong to the Philippines. Ang masakit doon that I came to know later on na whatever yung posting niya sa Facebook na pinadidelete daw ng DOTR that time. That is why I would like to ask this question. Ba't pinapadidelete ng DOTR and lahat ng mga sinasabi niya doon parang pinaparetract sa kanya. So Mr. Chair, I think I would like this question to ask directly to our former Executive Secretary if he is aware of, he knows about this matter.
I do not know anything about that matter, sir. But when you say sovereign rights, we have a sovereign right over that in the same manner that other countries have sovereign rights over the area.
Fully understand, Mr. Chair.
Yes, and that's the reason why we're saying that Sierra Madre is a symbol of our sovereign rights over the area, because we were the first one to establish a place, a position in that area.
Yeah, I think
our rights are better than other claimants who would come in.
Well understood. I think on the next executive session, maybe we can also invite the former DOTR secretary so that we can ask him also question pertaining to that alleged na pinapadelete nila yung post ng kapitan ng barko to the extent na tinawagan siya at pinapadelete lang ng documents niya pertaining dun sa posted niya sa Facebook nung dumaan siya dyan sa shoal. So we just want to clarify, being a Filipino, being a former master mariner, kapitan din po ako ng barko, I would like to know what is my right is. Kasi hindi natin alam. So that we could inform also other merchant marine officers cruising in that area. No, wag na kayong dumaan dyan because it's no longer, di ba? It's no longer safe na pinagtatabuyan kayo because that is the shortest route going to Taiwan, going to China as well, coming from Singapore. That's why I believe most of the merchant marine vessel is coming and passing through that area, Mr. Chair. So thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Olaso. Yes, sir.
Mr.
Chair.
Chairman, with due respect to all our members, can we go back to the right track that the committee was called for a joint hearing? Simple lang naman ang issue. the reason why we are gathered jointly as a committee is by virtue of the House resolution filed by sino ba to? Kong Hoon. And may I read for the records, a resolution to call on a thorough investigation in aid of legislation on the reported gentleman's agreement between the former President Rodrigo R. Duterte and Chinese President Xi Jinping. And then by virtue of the privileged speech of our member, Congressman Ramon Rodrigo Gutierrez, on the alleged gentleman's agreement, again, between the former President Rodrigo Duterte and President Xi Jinping. So can we confine our discussion on and the reason why the resource speakers were called upon to testify so that we will not be sidetracked on other issues?
Mr. Chair,
Honorable Acop is recognized.
while
Yes, sir.
I agree with the chairman of the Special Committee on the West Philippine Sea, if I read the privilege speech of the Honorable Gutierrez, there was one name that was mentioned there, and he's not present today. And therefore, it is incumbent upon us that we invite such person so that we can ask him the question. Mr. Chair.
Yes, thank you, Honorable Acop. Just for your information, the Joint Committee has already sent an invitation to the former presidential spokesperson, but unfortunately, he is out of the country and he will be back by last week of this month. And he is willing and ready to attend also, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This representation will adhere to the protocol cited by the chairman of the Special Committee on West Philippine Sea.
Yes, thank you. The chair recognizes the presence of Honorable Dan Fernandez of the Lone District of Santa Rosa City. Now we will proceed with our interpellators. Honorable Franz Castro, you may proceed.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. Salamat po sa pagdalo ng ating mga former top officials ng Duterte administration. Tanong ko lang po, Mr. Chairs, si General Lorenzana, si Attorney Medaldea, at saka si General Esperon, were you present po doon sa October 16 to 21 meeting with China? October 18 to 21, 2016 po.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I was there. In fact, we were there during the bilateral.
Cool.
Wala po ako, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Ma'am, may I just request our other resource person in the person of the former National Security Advisor, General Hermogenes Esperon, to first take his oath. Comsec, please.
Yes, sir. Do you swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth in this joint inquiry? Thank you. Please.
Thank you, General Esperon. You may proceed, Madam Castro.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Si General Esperon po. Andun po kayo noong...
Yes, Mr. Chair, chairpersons, I was with the delegation that went to China on October 18 to 21. That was after the Brunei visit, 16 to 18.
Madam Castro, with your indulgence, if you would allow, pwede bang bigyan natin ng time si General Esperon for his opening then statement para mas klaro sa atin dahil kanina bigyan natin ng chance si former ES and former Secretary of Defense. Thank you. You have the floor, General Esperon.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. It is indeed my pleasure and honor to attend this meeting. I could have attended yesterday if I got an invitation. It seems that I was not traced by the Secretariat. It's good that the Honorable Chairperson Chairman Tupas, sent me an email through his staff. And I promptly answered last night that I will attend today after our stockbrokers meeting, stockholders meeting today at the Phil Trust Bank. Since I was presiding over it, I saw to it that the meeting was short and I could come here so that I could give my side. There is indeed a need for legislation insofar as the West Philippines is concerned, if only in terms of allocating budgets for the defense and for the for taking care of our sovereignty and sovereign rights in the area. And so I came here to contribute what I think would be important in taking care of a very important area to the Philippines, including the Philippine rice. I was, of course, the National Security Advisor, and in that capacity, I was the chairman of the National Task Force for the West Philippine Sea. I was a member of the cluster, Defense and Security Cluster, and so I hope this representation would be of help as a resource person here. Some say that I would be an interrogee here. I told them, no, I'm not. I'm a resource person, and I'm honored to be a resource person here. Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much, sir, former National Security Advisor. You may now proceed, Ma'am Castro.
Okay, so if I may continue, Mr. Chair. So, kay General Lorenzana po, during the October 18 to 21, kasama po kayo no dun sa delegation. So, Mr. Chair, kasama din po ba si General Lorenzana sa one-on-one meeting with former President Duterte and President Xi Jinping?
Mr. Chairman, hindi ako kasama sa one-on-one. I understand at pag one-on-one silang dalawa lang plus one interpreter. But I was there during the bilateral with several cabinet secretaries, and the other side, also the Chinese side. So marami kami doon. I think we are 5 in our side, and there are also 5 still on the other side. So
okay, thank you po. In that occasion, Mr. Chair, meron bang napag-usapan about yung gentleman's agreement o secret deal or whatever? So wala kayong narinig. Okay.
wala kami narinig.
Kay General Esperon, Mr. Chair. So nandun kayo, Mr. Chair, General Esperon, Mr. Chair. So meron bang occasion po na nakasama kayo
doon? As I said, I was there, Mr. Chairman. But I'm not really sure what gentleman's agreement we are talking about here unless we hear the report of the source of the report itself. Because when we had the bilaterals on October 19, on the 18th, we traveled from Brunei to China. So the bilaterals was on the 19th.
Okay.
So I did not hear anything about an agreement except an open discussion of what the president wanted to tell the Chinese side, which is mostly on the just promulgated arbitral ruling. So there was nothing that I heard, but if you want me to relate parts of the bilateral talks, then I can tell you that.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. So may I just ask for the yung naging bilateral agreement? Kasi to save time na lang po. In writing, can you do that, General Esperon?
I can in fact give you an interview that I made.
Okay.
And I can email that to the committee.
Okay.
On what was taken up, as far as I can recall, as far as I can remember. Okay. Because, you know, in that bilaterals, of course, the other side was speaking in Chinese. And our side was speaking in another language, and therefore there was a need for translations every turn. And so there may be a wrong interpretation of mine in hearing what were the translations. But in essence, What the president said was, Mr. President, I want to inform you again and make you aware that we have the arbitral ruling. I have it with me. And then he proceeded on to say that we want to take advantage and explore and exploit what is in our sovereign, with what are in our sovereign rights insofar as the EEZ is concerned. And so they went to talk about fishing rights in Bajo de Masinloc, as well as the exploration and exploitation of resources under the sea, the seabed, more specifically on oil or natural gas. What I recall as the response of President Xi Jinping is, if you do that, there will be trouble. And there was discussion, meaning the exploration and exploitation of natural resources in the seabed. After some long discussion, the president said, well, Mr. President, I will not go further right now. I will put back the arbitral ruling, which I had presented to you anyway. But in the coming years, or in my incoming visits or encounters with you, I will present it again. And so the bilaterals ended up in that tune where there was an understanding that our president has presented the result of the arbitral ruling, and it was again, as we all know, that China did not recognize the arbitral ruling. So that was it. There was no secret agreement, as far as I know, and as far as I can remember. Thank you.
Can I continue, Sir Chair? Thank you, General Esperon. No? Sinasabi niyo, so nagkaroon po ng balita tungkol doon sa secret deal noong mga August pa po, no, noong 2023, noong sinasabi po ng China. Ito na po, Mr. Chair, yung panahon na nagiging intensive na, no? Extensive na yung bullying, yung water canoeing dun sa ating mga dun sa ating PCG at saka dun sa ating Navy. And may mga harassment din po yung mga fishermen sa mga fishermen. At sinabi po by August, based po doon sa aking resolution, Mr. Chair, na doon na nagsabi yung China about this secret or gentleman's agreement. So sinasabi po, ito po kanina po na nasabi po, no, ni General Lorenzana, na narinig niya or sinabi sa kanya ni General Gasmin na pagde-deliver lang ng food, water ang dapat na gawin doon sa doon sa Sierra Madre. Tama po ba ito, General Lorenzana? Ay,
Tama
Attorney Medaldea.
Tama po.
Sinasabi niyo rin po ba na sinasabi ng China isa sa condition
course of cross-subsidy, Your Honor.
Niya, bawal mag-repair ng BRP Sierra Madre. Water and food lang po yung pwedeng i-deliver. Tama po ba? According to Gasmin?
Food and water lang po ang pwedeng i-deliver. Walang sinasabi tungkol sa
repair or any construction materials po, no. Pero ito po ay third person. Mr. Chair, can we invite din siguro si Gasmin? Hindi ko lang narinig kung na yon. Kasi si Gasmin po yung may sabi noon . Tama po ba, Mr. Chair? Kasi baka pwede nating invite din si Gasmin General Gasmin, para direkta po na matanong natin sila, Mr. Chair.
Madam Chair, based on our direction, yes, we have requested, Madam Castro, we have requested the members of the committee to confine our questions or our issues from 2016 to 2022 based on the alleged gentleman's agreement between President Duterte and
Yes.
the President
Okay.
of China.
So sakop din po yun di ba? Ng pinag-uusapan nating period, Mr. Chair. Okay? So,
Chairman,
so
can we recognize the representative of the National Security Council? You may proceed, sir.
Thank you, co-chairs. As promised earlier, as much as possible, if we could discuss this matter on an executive session, because we might fall into the narrative of what we are talking about in this issue, and it will be detrimental to our national security.
Yes, both
Okay,
chair have
so-
already.
Yes.
So ibig sabihin, Mr. Chair, so ang ibig sabihin, yung mga sinasabi ng China as regards doon sa secret deal or doon sa gentleman's agreement are all lies or sinungaling ang China doon sa sinasabi.
Mr. Chairman, can we now move to have a executive session?
Chairman. Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, can I be recognized? Mr. Chairman, this is just in line with the supposed preempted motion by Congresswoman Castro with regards to the invitation for former Secretary Gasmin. Now, Mr. Chairman, we have not yet ruled on that. We have not yet ruled on that, and I have heard that the both chairs explained that the invitations to all those concerned persons will just cover 2016 to 2022. But of course, Mr. Chairman, it's up to Congressman Castro if he will yield to the opinion of the both chairs. But Mr. Chairman, since the name of Secretary Gasmin was mentioned, and it was mentioned by the former ES. So I personally, Mr. Chairman, we should invite him because ang lumalabas kasi ngayon dito, it is the previous administration during the time of President Aquino that this so-called agreement was made. So, but of course, it is up to Congresswoman Castro if he yield to the opinion of both chairman. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
The chair
Thank you,
declares a
Mr.
short
Chair.
recess. Hearing is resumed. We'll now, before we go back to Honorable Castro, the chair recognizes the presence of Honorable Arnie Roque of the 4th District of Bukidnon, Honorable Michael Groseta of the 2nd District of Iloilo, Honorable Arnan Panaligan of the 1st District of Oriental Mindoro, Honorable Jude Asidri of Tingog Party List, Honorable Sandro Gonzales of Marino Party List. Maraming salamat po. We will now, let me also acknowledge the presence of our Senior Deputy Speaker, Honorable Dong Gonzales of the 3rd District of Pampanga. We'll now go back to Honorable Castro for her motion. You may proceed, Honorable Castro.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I may just reiterate my motion to invite General Gasmin to shed light on my questions, Mr. Chair.
Second, Mr. Chair.
There's a motion to invite former Defense Secretary Gasmin duly seconded. Is there any objection? Hearing none, motion is approved. The COMSEC is directed to issue the invitation to the former Secretary of Defense Gasmin. Both chair of the joint committees have decided that we will now go into an executive session for our resource persons to respond to possible questions that may border on national security issues.